Peace, 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 peace. In the last 100 years, they took away our ability to take care of ourselves and our ability to find those that want to take care of themselves and be self-dependent. Over the years, they've indoctrinated us with or occupied us with frivolous things that don't give us true information or true decision making. That's what they've done, and it's strategic as hell. You know, we always talk about solutions and what solutions look like, but we forget the basic necessities of what solutions we should be truly trying to achieve. One, self sustainability, food, shelter, right? With those two things, right? This is based off of what Christ says about seek ye the kingdom. The kingdom is, how do we feed ourselves? And how do we clothe ourselves? And find shelter for ourselves. Those are the basic necessities of human beings. Not phones, not cars, not clothes, not jobs. No. Those are not the basic necessities of human beings. And they took away our decision making from even coming to that basic necessity. Once you get those two down, protecting it. That's next. Protecting what you've built. Now you can look at what they've done and say, okay, they did that. They said we're going to give them food through big box stores, Kmart's, Target's, Walmart's. We're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to help them with protection. Put police in their neighborhoods. Okay? Then we will start to take those things away from their own mindset of how they do it or how they would like it to be done. It's genius until you learn the basic necessities of a human being. So we're at this point where we're looking at society and the totality of everything, such as manufacturing and all these things. And now we're coming to the realization that those that say that they were representing us in these higher offices weren't representing us at all. At all. Because I didn't write none of this down, I'm trying to articulate it in the best manner that I can. So they did all of these things, and then what they did was they gave us technology, which was a good and bad thing, which is like everything else. Symbolism could be good or bad. A triangle could represent good or bad. Up, down, left, right, it doesn't matter. It can represent whatever it wants to be based off of the person that is giving it its energy. Okay? Most of the time we look at these things and we fail to say, okay, what is the solution? And most people, what they do is they throw up their hands and say, what can I do? I say, this is what you could do. I said, this is what you could do. You can take your wherewithal, your mind power, and give it to those that are trying to build the future. What is building the future? Greenhouses. Because you know what? We have enough houses for everyone. We don't have to really build any more houses. We could just take what is the infrastructure that is already here and build upon that. Like malls. Right? Like malls, we could make those into greenhouses and say, okay, we're going to build our own food. We're going to grow our own food in these places. We don't need to have these malls where it's selling clothes and all this foolishness. We could outfit it so that it can now be greenhouses. And not for weed, but for food, actual food. Grow apple trees inside there, and then we can spill it over into the streets, right? Instead of the streets having just bushes and all these things, we can grow food. Things that can grow on the vine, on the side of the roads, in the medians of the streets. We could grow trees, apple trees, orange trees, mango trees. I don't know if bananas grow on trees, but banana trees. And we could teach each other how to do these basic things and the time frame for these things to grow. For some reason, we think it's so hard because they took it out of our realm of possibilities. And the possibilities don't go, they're not limited. Possibilities are not limited. They're innumerable. They extend past like the sign of infinity. I think that's where we're at. How do we implement the food and shelter and protection? How do we build community around those basic necessities? I think that's where we're at. How do we build community again? That's not on social media. That's not only contrived of just TV. How do we build community that's not just gamer communities or sexual communities? How do we build communities where people just go and hang out at the park and just have, just a place to hang out, just to meet up with people that they know and talk about different books and different ideologies and different philosophies? How do we build those communities again? Right? Scripture says, they had a wedding and the party was for 2 weeks. Now we're so consumed with election fraud and corrupt governments and vaccines and and them tracking our data. It's one thing to say, let's stop those things. There's another thing to say, okay, let's build a central place where we all could just meet up and just hang out. And from that, everybody's gifts will manifest, because we will give that person the ability to manifest that with our attention, right? You have 100 people at the park, and this guy says, "Hey, I fix car." Now you got 100 customers. Hey, I know how to grow apples. Now you have 100 customers in your vicinity. So now we don't have to worry about just basketball or sports. We can worry about basic necessities. The way you take the devil's head off is you don't give him energy. Don't give him energy. Moors and Israelites talk about the law. But the law can only flourish once you have the basic necessities. Once you understand how you and your community want to operate, that's how the law will manifest and grow to its all-time heights. Think about that. Peace.